I'm hitting stream, and then I'm going to clean my glasses because I have my own fingerprints on them today. It says we're live. I'm waiting for a picture. Oh, there's the picture. Book Lover's here in his first. Good morning, friends. How's the day going so far?
Book Lover.
It's going all right.
Can you guys see this okay?
From what I can see, yes, we can see it okay.
Okay.
We can actually see the whole thing if that's what you're going for.
Yeah.
Yep, we can see it all. Lily says good morning.
Good morning.
Sushmita says hello.
Hello,
William
Sushmita.
says hello. Tori says hello. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm cleaning my glasses. Oh, there we go. Rival Grape says hi, Scott. Liquid
Hello.
Cat. Shiku-san. Coral Creates is here. Bethany's here.
Hello, everybody.
Gail asks, says, good morning from California. Fabulous farter on Friday. How are you two doing, and what's the plan for the day?
We're doing good, thank you. Plan for today is to... Okay, break the lead. Is it possible to finish this one today? I'm not sure, but let's see what we can do.
No one is holding out hope for that, honey. No one. We're all just here for the art.
Yeah.
We are going
Today
with
is
your flow.
day 6.
Yeah.
So that's 3 hours for 2. So that would be 9 hours.
Mm-hmm. That's a whole lot of hours. Isabel says good afternoon from England.
Good afternoon.
Dalton says good morning.
Hey,
Zoya says
Dalton.
good morning to all, and to all a good night. How are you doing? I'm doing great.
We're doing good, thank
I
you.
love to hear you're doing great. Calvert says this is on another level.
Oh, thank you, Nellis.
Antisocial Alex says good morning.
Hello.
Craig says good afternoon here, morning there. Bella says hi. Muffin says good morning from Texas.
Hello.
Good more night from the Philippines. Hi from India.
Hello.
Let's see, morning from Mexico. My posters arrived. Good morning.
Oh, that's great.
That's Molly.
Yeah, you know, for those of you who ordered, it is a little slow going at some times, but it hopefully they always get there. Speaking of which, how are we on Medusa?
I don't know. Oh, sorry, Bethany. Just saw your text now. My phone is just not behaving. Oh, we're out of stock.
Are we?
Medusa's gone.
Medusa is gone. Medusa's the first poster to sell out.
Yep, Medusa's gone.
Jeez, look at this thing just...
Why do you keep breaking leads, my dearest, sweet love of a husband?
I'm not pushing down hard.
Well, your pencils beg to differ, my friend.
Yeah. All right, which one is the next one do you think is going to sell out? Trans?
Okay, I just closed it. Why would you ask me that question? I'm trying to read comments.
Oh.
Let's see. Bethany says, finish, don't finish. It's all the same to me. Someone was up late painting. Ellie Park says, third time watching live.
Welcome.
I hope you're doing well.
So, for those of you who have the same inner thoughts that I do, and I think most artists do, is if this is a painting, why am I using a colored pencil on it? And I think a lot of that is that I feel like sometimes I just need to define some shapes or add some, just kind of work out where the hair is flowing. And I think it's easier for me to do it with a pencil than it is with a paintbrush. And so I just do that sometimes, and I can always kind of paint over it. And this is with gouache. When I do this with watercolors, I can't. I gotta define everything first.
Guild?
The guild?
Yeah.
How many left?
Only 210.
Okay. Well, the
You
sale.
didn't see that one coming, did you?
No. Well, the sale is over. The buy one get one free is over when?
Last day of the month.
Yeah, I'm saying when is that?
I have no idea.
Is that
Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday. All right.
Yeah. Yep. Yippee skippy doo. It's reassuring that art in real life takes this long. When you watch time-lapse videos, you often think you're lacking speed in your own art.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Craig.
Yeah. Time lapse is very deceiving.
Nicholas says good morning.
Good morning. Okay, let me get some paint brushes here.
Dalton's betting that you're not going to finish it because you still have the background to do.
That's true.
That is a good bet. I'm not going to take that bet. Because you know he always changes the background at least 3 times.
All right. Well, let's start
Let's
with.
see. Shiku-san would like to know if you think it's possible that you could do a live on a weekend.
Yes, we go live the first weekend of every month with Kim Diaz home.
Oh, Bryson's here.
Hey, Bryson.
He loved that. Why do you keep breaking lead, my dearest? He says, love you guys. Excited for your amazing, peaceful work today.
So can you guys see the whole thing?
We can see the whole thing, my dear.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
the whole thing.
I feel like I need to
What?
just kind of just get a little bit more definition here. That's all.
Definition where?
In this part here, as I'm gonna work on the transition.
Oh, the transition from the smooth hair and the
Afro textured hair to
the smoother hair.
smoother hair.
So what? Tell us, because I know people like your thought process. What are you thinking when you look at this, and what are you concerned about with transition?
I just want it to look natural, so I'm just kind of looking and making sure that as I kind of look at it, does it feel like this is natural? And so I want to make sure that the texture of the hair really continues to slowly smoothen out and go from a darker purple to a lighter blue.
Okay.
So that's all I'm doing. Is I'm just kind of looking at it going, okay, where does it start to feel obvious that it's a transition? Where does it feel like, this isn't right? So, and then now I'm going over the pencil lines I just did.
Do the pencil lines help as a guide? Is that what you
Yeah.
put them down for? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Hey Scott, love your stuff and was able to hop on just in time before we leave for my lake house in upstate New York with my cousins.
Oh, that's amazing. I hope you have a wonderful time.
That sounds very fun. I love that. I try so hard to gather myself to practice, but I can't go with the flow. That's Hafen.
Oh, you'll get it.
Don't give up.
Don't look at it as practice. Just look at it as doodling.
Not Fry says, this is gorgeous. I've never spent that long on a painting and finished. So congrats on making this far. Even if you don't finish today, you're in the home stretch.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Good evening from India.
Good evening.
Let's see. How did you imagine the hair like interchanging or mixing into each other?
I had done this once before with the hair journal. Let me see if I could find it. So I was doing a hair journal in a sketchbook, and this was one page of the sketchbook, and then when you open, this is the other side of the sketchbook. And so like if I was doing it horizontal, it would be this way, but I did it vertical. And I just thought it would be really fun to have, because I was doing a lot of pieces like this, where the hair just kind of went up like that. And I thought instead of the hair just keep going up if it wound up interconnecting with someone else's hair. So when you kind of flip it over, they're kind of connected. And that was really it. And I really liked this piece. We actually made a poster of this.
We did.
But I thought, let me see if I could do it with gouache. That was really it. It was just a chance for me to just do it in gouache just to see how it would look. And the thing about gouache, like that hair journal piece took me maybe 90 minutes to 2 hours, depending, so this is going to take me maybe 9 hours. So the gouache takes longer. Gouache is a bit more.
Okay. In defense of the hair journal piece, you used a sketchbook. It was like 11 inches.
Yeah, it was smaller too.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
a lot smaller than
Well,
this.
I wouldn't say a lot smaller if you think about it. Here, I'll show you.
Where is it? Let me get it.
It's on the shelf.
On the shelf. Okay.
The gray one.
Oh, it is the gray one. I had it in my hand. Oh, honey, this is so much smaller.
Okay.
Significantly.
Not significantly.
Yes, it is.
Hold on.
Oh, for the love of Pete. Scott,
I
that
think it is almost the same width.
significantly
And about-
smaller.
Would you say? A little over half, so about 2/3 maybe.
Not Steph.
But it's not like significant.
Yes, it is. Measure it. Give me the ruler. I'll measure it.
Honey, look, it's almost the same width.
Scott,
It's just long. This one's longer. That's all.
this one is enormous. This one is so much smaller.
Yeah.
You know what? Give me the ruler. I'm gonna do it myself.
And meanwhile, all those people who can't get their comments heard.
Yeah, you can be all like, I'm gonna do this and blah blah talk and yada yada yada. Okay, so this is a little over 5.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's an inch and a half
wide.
smaller.
Yeah,
Only an inch and a half smaller. That's not significant.
16.25 instead of 30.
Yeah.
That is almost double the size, my dearest.
Yes. So I was right.
No, you weren't. The length is almost double. That's 30 inches.
But it is only an
16.
inch and a half width.
Scott, length. Hello, 30 inches versus 16. Can someone please tell my husband he is an artist and math is not his strong suit and I am right? Can we just? Good gravy. Okay, we're having a moment. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry for that one. You're wrong. Significantly. Okay, let's see.
Do not think that word means what you think it means.
See, that is significantly smaller. Coral Crates, I'll have to agree with Donna on this one. Okay, Rob, I'm not reading your comment. Rob says not significantly, but smaller. That is a lot smaller. Okay, I'm sorry, not sorry. Scott, in your opinion, does a painting look better with or without line art?
Oh, that better has nothing to do with whether there's line art or not. Better has everything to do with the creativity of the art. Look at it. Look at Van Gogh. Doesn't have any line art. Look at all of the classical stuff. Doesn't have line art. That if you're asking me about with my art, I have some paintings that don't have line art that I really like, and so it's really just it's the feel of the piece. It's what works for the piece. But I don't think line art or really any technique is a must-have to make a piece look great.
Colleen is dealing with some wildfires, and I hope you are far enough away that you are okay.
Yeah.
They've kind of exploded out there already. Do you ever make background-only studies? Do you like them or hate them?
Not studies, no. I like to go out and about and do sketches in my travel journal. And I like it when I'm someplace. I'll do something where I just sketch a car, or I'll sketch, a little picture of water or something like that. So,
Yeah. Has this ever happened to you? Like you're enjoying doing your art and you think this is going to be the best piece, but then you look from above and the proportions are off.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's done that quite a bit.
It's happened a lot, and it is the worst. I've gotten really good at being able to fix it, but I've also gotten really good at being able to walk away and go, nope, this piece is just dead.
It's dead to me.
Dead to me.
Is that the corner of shame? Are those dead?
Yeah, they're mostly dead.
Mostly dead. The Princess Bride reference. Gotcha. Let's see. See, people are like, that seems a lot smaller than the one you were working on. Do you like performance and installation art?
Not particularly, no. I don't have anything against it. I just don't particularly like the performance part of it. That's just me personally. I also don't like being in a room where someone is singing.
Of course the guys are going to agree with you. Ugh, whatever. You guys are wrong. Sorry. And Bryson agrees with me, so you're wrong. That's the definitive. Where do you get your paint from?
Usually from Plaza Art. We were just there yesterday.
We were.
And then if not, then I get it from Blick.
Mm-hmm. And yes, we did take back the paint that was bad.
Yeah, the watercolor, the burnt sienna, I gave it back to them. And to their credit, of course, they wanted to give me like a refund, and I said no. I just didn't want to throw it away because it was a full tube.
Yeah. Yeah, but what were they going to do with it? I
mean, well, they said they could send it back to the
manufacturer.
Yeah, send it back to Winsor & Newton.
That's true. Tell them, hey, this is bad.
Yeah.
So we have an Ellen with us this morning.
Hey, Ellen.
Scott's been doing an Ask Me Anything on Threads.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying Threads. If you guys...
They asked for a Q&A, but it's like ask your questions in here and I'll ask him. Put it into the chat. Did you have any mentors to learn art? High school art teachers, paid mentors, etc.?
I had high school art teachers. They weren't really mentors, but you know, like one of them did a really good job of encouraging me in my first year. I had my mom was a good mentor. My uncle was not really there much for me. He lived in New York. I lived in California at the time, but I did get to go visit him a couple summers, and that was really fun. But for the most part, no, I most all of my art was self taught. Yeah.
Little Shop by the Sea is going to France next week. I'm jealous.
Ooh.
And wants to start a travel journal, but whenever I start a new sketchbook, I get worried that everything will go wrong.
It will go wrong. You know, you fill your sketchbooks with the goods and the bads. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Start with something on the first page. Like I paste a quote into the first page of every one of my journals. Scott does a really nice painting on the first page of his journals. Put something there so it doesn't seem so intimidating. You know, like start it at home. I mean, you could put a sticker in there for all anybody cares. Whatever makes you happy so that it doesn't feel like you have this massive blank journal in front of you.
Yeah.
That'll help. That helps me. I mean, I don't know if it'll help you, but it's worth a shot. Recommendations on good alcohol markers.
I like Ohuhu, and I also like Artbeak, and you could find them both on my website.
There's also a playlist called Everything I Know About Markers.
Oh, no, there's a video.
Sorry, a video. There you Hello from Romania. This is Sombrero.
Hello,
How do you
Sombrero.
come up with background ideas? Backgrounds like the ones from the Guild or the Dragon and Centaur. I never know what backgrounds to give my drawings.
Well, for the guild, it was a. I thought having them in a tavern, and so I just Googled tavern, medieval tavern, fantasy taverns, and to be honest, a lot of the reference that I used was AI generated. You could just tell it was AI generated, and I didn't care. I'm just using it for reference, and so I just looked at whatever I had. There was a couple of real life stuff that I used. When you're using stuff for reference, and you're just taking little bits and pieces, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it gets you from point A to point B.
Bryson says, Mr. Scott, you would not like me because I sing all the time. LOL. That is impossible because we adore you, Mr. Boone.
Yeah.
Impossible.
I love to sing. I just don't like that awkward position of having somebody in the room looking at you while they're singing and you need to react to them. And
so you'd never be good on stage, is what you're telling everybody.
So remember when Glenn from Toad the Wet Sprocket came over?
Yeah.
And he sat right, next to me in the thing, and he was singing me.
Yeah, the song.
Yeah, it's one of those days, and I don't know how to react to that. I genuinely
That's okay,
don't.
baby. I had all the reactions for you. That's why you need to have me in the room because I almost cried. So it's good. I got your reaction. Don't worry about it. Just keep me close. It's all good. I am the queen of the reaction.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I still have to be there. That's the uncomfortable part.
Why is it uncomfortable listening to somebody else sing?
Listening is one thing. When someone is, it's like, I have to maintain eye contact the whole time, and give them facial expressions for, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's the difficult part.
It's that, and
well, you pace. I'll do the eye contact.
It's so rude if someone is singing a song for you and you're pacing and not
just rock back and forth,
honey. Okay.
I don't know.
I was just saying what is difficult for me, not let's solve this.
Well,
instead.
Hold on a second. Let's pick this apart just real quick, because here's the thing. I don't think there should be an expectation anymore of how people should respond to things, because there are so many people in the world that we now know are neurodivergent, and they may not be able to sit across the table from somebody else and have a cup of coffee and maintain that eye contact the whole time.
I understand that, and now
the
maybe
expectation.
It's like even Howard Jones did that. Brought us into the trailer, and we got to, and it was wonderful. But it is still, for that 3 minutes.
It's excruciating.
It is. It's very tough.
I think now you have to go into it with that different mindset, though.
Yeah. Well,
that this is who I am.
Undiagnosed.
You're still listening to what they're singing. You're still listening to.
Well, it's like now when I do Zoom calls, I say I'm going to turn off the camera so I can just pace.
Yeah.
And I don't have to sit and stare in the camera.
Yeah.
And.
Which makes total sense.
That makes it so much easier for me, and I can be more present.
Well, you also think better when you're pacing for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. Let's see. That was a really long answer for that one. We kind of skewed on that one. Pew, pew, pew. There's a video on my Art is a Mosaic Rainbow Suite that will help you.
It's a short.
Sorry, a short. I can't remember which ones are shorts and which ones are videos, baby. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So there. You're welcome, little shop by the sea. That's what we're here for. Answering the questions.
I hope we could come visit your little shop by the sea one day. That would be fun. What? I know they're located somewhere in the UK.
I want to say England. Yeah, they're in the UK somewhere. I don't know where. Salty asks, how do you find the motivation to make art?
Um, it's it comes and goes. It's there are days where I just don't want to make art, and there are days where I do. I think it's different when it's your job. When it's your job,
Yeah.
you really kind of have to force yourself. When it's not your job, you don't have to make art every day. You should never really have to force yourself to make art. And again, I'll use the example I did in one of my videos, which is no one has to force you to play video games or to watch your favorite TV show. You do it because you like it. That's what art should be. You should be doing it because it's something that you want to do. If you don't want to make art, maybe art isn't your thing. That's really it. If you truly love art,
Well,
you're practicing every day, but it's not practicing. You're just making art because you like making art.
let's reframe this a little bit then.
Okay.
I'm all about the reframing today, apparently. You've been making art pretty much every single day for content. Again, yes, it's your job for content. And you've become a little burned out. So, what
Yeah.
if we have some friends that are in school? Maybe they're in art school. And maybe they don't have the luxury of doing things that they like on a daily basis. When you were in art school, I know you still used to draw your OC
Yeah.
on the side
Yeah.
and draw some things that you like. So even when you were working on big pieces for school, you still had something to do for yourself. So maybe the answer to that is to keep a little sketchbook of something that you just absolutely adore drawing. And maybe that's a
But
how does that work in
the
your brain?
question was, well,
How do you find the
how do you
motivation
find
to
the
make art?
motivation to make art every day?
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, if art is your thing, you don't need the motivation every day. And then I said,
Okay.
unless it's your job, like it is mine right now, in which case it starts to become a little more tedious. But the thing is that it's just
Is it like that?
art
like,
should be something that you do because it's inside you, something you want to do. It's like Bryson and his singing.
Okay.
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 It's just one of those things where you
know-
do it because you love it, unless it's a job, and then it becomes something completely different. But if it's
No, I understand what you're saying.
but I'm
just
assuming that people who are asking, it's not their job.
right. I think I'm having sort of a realization at the same time that I'm listening to you talk. Like I think for the first time I'm understanding you when you say that it's just something that you have to do, because I feel like that when I write every day. I feel like if I don't write, then I've lost something that day.
Yeah.
I want to pick up the pen and put something down on the paper.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've missed out if I don't do that.
No, I get it.
But I feel like that's like the first time actually I've ever realized that's how you felt all these years with your art. Like you're like, I have to get it out. I have to put it on the paper.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool thing.
It is.
See, 35 years, I can still have little epiphanies. Callistus wants to know, says hello.
Hello.
I was curious, what's your favorite place to get inspiration?
I
like the ocean.
Yeah, not
That's
me.
me.
I think my favorite place to get inspiration is like Instagram and other artists, seeing other artists. Sometimes an art gallery, but also I like to go places. So I think it really just depends on what type of inspiration. And, like, I'm not going to get inspiration to do something like this in Venice, Italy. I'll be looking at the architecture and drawing what I see.
Right.
But I might
True.
find a photo of somebody on Instagram and go, ooh, that would be really nice. And then something like this would come out of that. So my inspiration just comes
Organically.
differently. Yeah. Okay, so see how the hair kind of is like, this is like the back of this part right here is coming around here. And I'm having a hard time imagining it flowing. Is it this way? Like, should I have this twisting this way?
Okay, now you're out of my element. I have no idea. Favorite childhood memories or a favorite memory?
Favorite childhood memories or favorite memory? Playing with my Micronauts when I was a kid. I liked those.
Mine is probably more recent. We went on a drive about 3 years ago. We took our beloved pup who has passed on, and we were standing on a cliff overlooking the Pacific Ocean together. And that was, to me, one of the most magical vistas we've ever been on together. What is your most important artist tool? Is there something you can't live without in the Hobbit hole?
I like the desk. I think the desk is nice. Yeah, I don't think this should be flipping over like that. Darn it.
Ooh, this person says hello from Nepal. Hello to the land of the red pandas. I went to the Met in New York City. This is Biz Young, and because of your videos, I could identify the mediums without looking at the plaques.
Wow.
Isn't that one of the coolest feelings in the world? I love that. And I love that for you. The appreciation of art is just magical. Magical. Let's see.
There's just something about this transition right here, right?
Oh, it's making you nuts.
It's getting at me.
Don't we have the Guild as a printable piece online?
Yes. Both,
Yeah.
I don't know. Bethany will know if we have the colored version. I know we have the coloring page.
Yeah, we have a coloring page up there.
But we should have the colored version.
Yeah. We also have, we can put that, we had that up, I thought, as a low-res version. But we have a coloring page up there, too, so you can download that. You've probably talked about this before, but what's your favorite part of creating? Also, I love how dark you got the eyes compared to everything else. It creates a great contrast.
Yeah, thanks. I like the eyes have the blackest blacks and the whitest whites. What was the first part of the question?
The first part of the question was, what's your favorite part of creating?
Taking a blank piece of paper and creating something with it. It doesn't have to be a work of art, but just there was nothingness, and then there was something.
And yes, I have been instructed that there are downloadables for both pieces on our website. Hey, Tracy KD is here and says, good morning, art friends. I hope you all are having a great Friday morning.
Hello.
Well, we are now that you're here. We're so happy you're here. Frog would like to know, is it a good idea to trace in order to improve?
Yes. I think tracing is good for you to get the likeness. You don't need tracing to just draw something. Drawing something and learning how to break things down into shapes is the best practice. Tracing is something that professionals use to get the likenesses right. So if I'm doing a cover for a magazine and I have to get it to look like the person that I'm doing, I'm going to trace it because I need it to look exactly like them. That's what tracing is there for. Tracing is also there for speeding things up. I've got to get this done.
Yeah.
I'm just going to trace it all out so I'm not sitting there and erasing and whatever. I just, boom, just get it done. So, but that's what it is. I don't think tracing is a great learning tool unless you're just having a hard time getting your proportions. So you put a piece of tracing paper over and you kind of get your proportions that way. But I would use the tracing paper to just do little circles. Here's the head, here's the neck, here's the shoulders. Okay, now I kind of have a better idea of it. But tracing is something that all professionals use. Don't ever feel that it is cheating. You don't need to tell people that you traced something. It's not like, like a secret or like you have to confess to something like that. It's just a tool. And, it's and there's a difference between tracing and copying. And I did a short on that. The difference between tracing and copying. Okay.
Spam calls are big this morning.
Yeah.
Rennie says, not knowing the right reaction is so difficult. I'm not autistic, but I've heard that as a trait of autism. And you know what? Sometimes you don't have to be autistic to not know the right reaction to things. Yeah. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. I've never been able to read people very well. I don't understand why people do what they do. I'd just rather have you tell me, I don't like this or I do this. And I think we all just need to be a little kinder to each other and not assuming that people know what we're thinking and why we're reacting to things the way we're reacting. So that's my 2 cents in the world. And my 2 cents is free because you're here. Craig said, so Donna has just said what motivates her writing there. Is Scott's urge to create a compulsion, like is it something that you have to let out or more of a thing to focus on instead of surroundings?
Did they say create a compulsion or
yes. Is Scott's urge to create a compulsion?
Oh.
Like is it something you have to let out or more of a thing to focus on instead of surroundings?
I think it's more of a compulsion, yeah. Like I said, I liken it to playing video games. I don't play video games to get better. Mm-hmm. I play video games because I like it. Do I want to get better at it? Of course. The better I am at it, the more fun I have. But I play games because I like it. And I think that's the way that I look at my art. I'm a lot more critical of my art than I am my gaming because it's something that I take a lot more seriously than my gaming. Much to my son's chagrin from yesterday because we were losing in Overwatch. We had a 10
All I heard was yelling. We had
a 10-game winning streak over the last 2 days, and so of course we started off, and I was like 10 games, and I was like nothing can stop us now, and he's like, Dad, stop saying that. And of course we lost.
You always do that.
Yep, we lost the next 3 games.
You always do that, and I'm telling you, you put that out in the universe, and it's going to come back and bite you on the you-know-what.
Yep, it's the only control I have is that if you tempt fate, it'll bite you in the butt. So I get to control it. Yeah,
that's how that doesn't work. Okay, let's see. Gosh, there's so many good questions today. How should you react when someone says, hey, your art is good? Like, should I be humble and say, nah, it's bad? Or should I be proud of it and say, yeah, I'm really good at art?
No. I think the best
just
way...
a thank you.
Yeah, I think the best way is to say thank you.
Yeah.
Say, I really appreciate that.
I
don't think... I think it's very important for people to take compliments and let people give you compliments. There's a bit of pride and there's a bit of self-deprecation that people do. Some people,
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
you
yeah.
when someone is kind, if someone says, "I like your shirt," or "nice
Mm-hmm.
car," or whatever it
Mm-hmm.
might be,
Mm-hmm.
someone took time out of their day to pass a compliment on,
Yes.
and I think it needs to be received in kind,
Mm-hmm.
because that makes someone made an effort to do something kind.
Yep.
I think it needs to be accepted in kind.
Yes.
I think that's deserved, and because I feel like we should encourage people to stop what they're doing and compliment you,
Mm-hmm.
and encourage you.
Mm-hmm.
And the more that we can show that the world is accepting of that, I think the more people will do that.
Well, it's also, it brings kindness out. It makes people smile. It makes people. Now, some people are going to look at you like you're crazy no matter what anyway, because I've had that happen.
Well, that's you, yeah.
No, because I have
You're you.
seen.
People think you're crazy.
Well,
I
you're
get
not
it.
wrong. That is an accurate
You
statement.
got the crazy eyes going.
Yeah, I know. But I do think, like, I've actually, like, complimented other women. I'm like, you are rocking that outfit today. You look awesome. Your hair is amazing. Your lipstick is wonderful.
Yeah.
And sometimes they go, gosh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And sometimes they look at me and they're just like, they don't even say anything. Like, their eyes get really big, like, what the heck, you know?
Yeah.
And, but I think if
They're like, I'm married.
yeah, well, okay. Some of us get a little like sketch on that. Okay, we're a little insecure. But I don't know. I just think take it in the way that it's meant. Assume that it's meant as being kind, you know?
But again, I think it is just artist friends. Someone gives you a compliment, be genuinely grateful,
Yeah,
and
just say thank you.
I think it's our duty to take the compliment, and
Okay.
yeah.
So hi from Brazil, hi from
Hello.
India. Bella's favorite thing to draw is red pandas. Go Bella. You've picked the best thing on the whole planet. Jake says, sending love from Arizona. Thank you for being such an impact on my art.
Oh, my pleasure. I hope you
Let's
guys are staying cool.
Parveen, enter the contest if you want to. Scott has never done peer pressure with his art, and we're certainly not doing that at 54 and 55. We just don't care anymore.
What kind of peer pressure?
How do you deal with peer pressure with your art?
I will say there's always some form of peer pressure, even at my age and whatnot. There's whenever somebody dies, Betty White died. Can you paint Betty White?
Oh,
When
gosh.
like there is those kind of
That's
things.
different, though.
Well, it's there's hey, can you do this challenge? Hey, can you do this? Or whatever it might be. Or
But that's not what
this
they're
this
asking
is
for.
happening in the world. Can you paint? I think you always have to be true to yourself, and peer pressure doesn't go away. It just there's always people wanting you to do something to fit in or to lend your voice to things, and some stuff you can. Some stuff feels right to do, and some stuff doesn't. And you have to know what's best for you, and what's best for your voice. So, but that just know that you're not going to know that. You're not born with that. You're going to learn by saying, "Okay, I'll do it," and then regret it, or "I didn't do it. Now I regret it." That's life, right? You have to live your life. Donna and I have been saying this about our boys who are 21, and we're like, they're gonna do the stuff that they need to do and make the mistakes, despite the fact that we're like, don't do this, and
Or may I suggest this?
yeah, that's
life.
you guys have to live your lives and try
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
yes, there's peer pressure, and yes, some of the stuff is valid. Like, oh God, yeah, that really that's something I really should do. And other stuff you're gonna find just like, I probably shouldn't have done that. I didn't need to be a part of that, or that really wasn't for me. But you're not going to know until you do it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, we're moving on.
okay.
Do you have a favorite type of brush?
I do not. Whatever, I just bought a bunch more, and whatever's cheapest.
How do you manage artistic burnout when you do it as a job? I struggle trying to keep a consistent pace and end up giving up, which makes me feel defeated. There's a lot of questions. Talk fast.
Yeah, okay. Burnout. I take breaks, and the one thing that is really helpful with burnout for a job, like say my YouTube channel, is if I go, okay, I'm going to do the alphabet, the 80s music alphabet, or I'm going to paint the Lord of the Rings, or I'm going to find something that is mindless that you can do so that way you're still making art, but you don't have to think about it. Okay, I'm just going to find a photo of Bon Jovi and paint them. That's it.
Pretty please, he's cute.
Yeah.
Okay. Dalton, that is not how production works. We are still working on getting things together, so it's not like on the 20th of August we're going to start. Things are still in flux and contracts have to be finalized and things like that, so it's not a specific date of when we're going to start.
It should be, but it's not.
It's never like that.
Because people are just not
it's never like
consistent
that.
with things
Your
like
should
money
word,
and,
it never works that way. Who's your favorite author? Mine is Jane Austen.
Yeah, I guess mine would be Tolkien because I like the Hobbit. I could not read Lord of the Rings, but for that one book, it would probably be the Hobbit.
Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to answer Lee's question, and this is like a general question. When we ship your posters out and we give them to the post office, no matter where you are in the world, I have zero control over when it leaves, how fast it takes to get there. It could take, I had a poster go from Tennessee to Georgia and it took 6 weeks. So, if you choose free shipping and you're in the US, it could take a month. I don't know. It goes first class ground. That's how we do free shipping. And it just takes a while. And overseas, it could take even longer. So,
I don't think I'm going to do like a
what?
stencil background. I think I'm just going to, but I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to change the background color.
Of course you're going to change the background. You always do. Do I sound surprised? Not surprised.
I think I know what I'm going to do.
We do ship to the UK, Molly. Marl says, good morning. I wake up and look forward to your lives.
Good morning.
Well, thanks for being here. Hey, Marguerite's here and says, hello from beautiful British Columbia, Canada. How are you, Marguerite? Long time no see.
All right.
Are we going to watch the Olympics?
No. I'm going to take some cherry red.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
And I'm going to take...
Oh, man.
Some acrylic ink.
What are we doing?
We're going to make pink.
What? Can't you just get a
We're gonna
pink?
make pink ink.
But why?
Because it is much more flat and consistent and...
Okay.
You guys see that okay?
We can see it. I'm just nervous because you're sitting there and you've got little bottles of things and I'm afraid you're going to spill.
Okay, let's use this.
Hey, Scott, can you mix gouache together to make new colors?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Most paints you can.
Mm-hmm. Sunlight Moonlight says, my God, that's beautiful.
No, thank you. All right. I think this could go a little more.
Did you do a video on skin color?
Yes.
Okay. So, do we know what it's called?
I think it's don't ask me to help you with the colors. I don't know, something like that. But it's under videos.
Okay. Hey, Steph Nerd's here.
Hey, Steph Nerd.
I just noticed you were here.
These
I'm
are a
sorry I
little less
missed
vibrant
that.
than I'd like, but let us see. Can you guys see that okay?
Yeah, we can see it okay. Okay. Gail says, an observation, the right side is stylized, the left is more painterly. I love that you've successfully melded the two, and I think this piece is a great example of how expansive your skills are.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Muffin, I'm just saying draw a red panda because, hello, they're red pandas. Mushroom Girl has been in the car for 5 hours. Wow. Oh my goodness, that is a long time. That is a long time. How are we this morning?
We're doing good. This is not as pink as I want it to be.
It's not. It's kind of like Pepto-Bismol color. Just saying, that's what it looks like. Let's see. Spam calls are big this morning. Right at that moment, I got a spam text. Sorry.
They're listening.
They are. They're listening. They would like to know what's the best. Let Donna try to talk. What is the best video game in your opinion?
I don't think I could ever summarize the best, but like if I had one game to play over and over and over again, it would probably be Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom.
Who do you main in Overwatch?
Okay, so it's always been Reinhardt, though I'm pretty good at other tanks too. But I've been playing for so long that I got bored and I said, I'm going to teach myself Hanzo. And so I've been playing Hanzo. And I'm actually not too bad. But I mean, it took me a long while to get, to get even decent at it.
Let's see. Do you have any other creative outlets? And if so, how do those affect your art?
Creatively, I don't think so. Do I? I mean, I write.
Do I? No, you don't. We've been trying to get you to get a hobby, but you refuse.
Well, it's not a creative outlet so much as a hobby, but I'm saying, like, I do write professionally when I can, but...
Let's see. What's been your longest painting time-wise?
I guess it would be the Animal Crackers movie poster.
Yeah, it took about 4 months.
It didn't take 4 months. I think it took 12 weeks.
No, it was 16 weeks.
12 weeks.
16. Let's see. What if your art starts to feel more like a chore than fun?
Then stop.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be making art unless you enjoy it. Like there's no law that says you have to be an artist. If it's really not fun, don't do that. Try a different medium. Try different subject matters. Go out and paint, but it's. I got tired of my art. Like I didn't like the look of it, but so I stopped making art for 10 years. And then I came back and I tried a different medium, and that really helped. But you shouldn't like there's no like you got to stick with it and you got to work hard and you got it. This isn't anything serious. It's art.
Why did you guys stop making posters?
Because we're going to be making another film, and I won't have time to be signing posters and selling posters and
shipping posters
whatnot. So
yeah.
we thought it would be good to do a sale and get rid of all of the posters so that way we could focus on the movies.
Let's see. Random ABC says, I love your posters and they are so amazing. Thank you so much for making this deal. They got 4 of them and they are in love. Gail, I would tell him that you said not to change the background, but you and I both know it's a lost cause. The emo Smurf got their wisdom teeth out, so they're watching to cheer themselves up. Oh, it must be the season. My niece got her wisdom teeth out. It must be wisdom tooth season.
Yes.
I love how you bring the paintings to life along with them popping off the page. That is Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Tips to stop procrastination.
I'm just thinking of number 1, ... I get used to taking a sketchbook with you everywhere you go and just drawing everything. Draw what you're eating for lunch, draw cars, draw places, draw people. Just do that. There's nothing to procrastinate. Just sit and doodle. The other thing you could do is, I mentioned earlier, is to just come up with a prompt. I'm going to do the 80s music. Look at some of the prompts that I've done or created for myself, really.
Yeah, you did. Molly says, me and my grandma Sheila love your videos and take much inspiration from many of your paintings.
Oh, thank you both.
I love that you paint with your grandmother. That is phenomenal. I love, love, love that. Thank you, Never Just a Hobby. I have been drinking tea this whole time. I appreciate that. You're right. I would not be able to talk this much without it. So, Random ABCs asks, is gouache a different type of watercolor? If so, is it thicker?
It is like watercolor. It is more opaque. I don't know if you would say it's thicker. It's just more opaque. But it is its own kind of paint. So it's not just more opaque watercolor. I think there's more to it. But for the most part, they're almost identical.
Let's see. Hey, Scott, I've been trying to get assessed for ADHD for years now. Asked a counselor, told my parents, but they don't believe me. I wrote out all the facts, but nervous to show it. What do I do?
What did the counselor say? Didn't the school counselor get you tested? Because I think that's what they're supposed to do, right?
I can confirm what Bethany texted, that she does text me pictures of her paintings, and I do tell her, go, 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 you've got this. And I never tell her what to do because I have no idea. But I'm a great cheerleader. I can wave the pom-poms and go, I love this.
Yeah.
But I never give suggestions because no thanks. Let's see. Let's see. The chat just jumped again. I don't like it when it does that. I lose where I was. What advice do you give to a young artist who can't think of an inspiration for an artwork?
Stop trying to create art. Just practice. Just draw everything. You don't need to be trying to create a masterpiece. You have to look at 95% of the art you make should be practice. Like, this is practice. I'm not creating art. I'm just practicing. So I'm not worried about, oh my God, I've got to come up with this great idea and everything's got to be just perfect and this is going to hang on a gallery wall. No, this is just practice.
Okay, just for the record, I'm just going to throw this out there. I do not like that color.
Yeah, I don't either.
So why are you finishing?
because I already started it. And
Okay. I'm going to take this one. Scott's favorite subjects in school were lunch, recess, and art. That was it. Ellen would like to know if you're going to make a movie poster for Animal Crackers 2.
I might. I don't know. All right. Let's see. So that didn't look
Okay.
good.
See, Book Lover says, even though I don't know the real answer, it's been 16 weeks, Scott. Donna's always right. I think you need to listen to them. And I'm also going to take this one. Makeup is absolutely an art form. Have you seen some of the stunning makeup that goes
Blow dryer.
hold on a second. On stage? There were some beautiful makeup that's been done. Like, we used to have kids in our high school that would do makeup, and they were phenomenal. Beautiful designs. And I mean, yes, of course, absolutely, makeup is an art form. Anybody who tells you otherwise, no. Send them to me. Let's see. Oh, Una, that's so sweet. Una paints with you on the lives now. They paint while you paint.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
See how that piece just did not want to dry, so.
You gotta tell me, because I unmuted you, because I always forget.
Yeah.
Um.
Okay, so I'm going to go and get...
Oh, listen. Velocichunga says, you mentioned wanting music on the stream. There is a website called Epidemic Sound that does royalty-free music.
Yeah, I tried royalty-free music once, too.
Did
and
we get
still
in
got
trouble?
problems, yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you. All right, let's go and find that piece.
Oh, Craig says, on a Saturday, my wife and I sit for coffee waiting on our daughter to do activities. Last time I took a drawing pad and got my wife to choose a picture to copy. Gonna try to do this more often.
That's fantastic.
That is such a great use of time. You've got to sit there and wait for your kid anyway. Enjoy yourself. Oh my God, Craig, I love that so very much. That is fantastic. People in India love your artwork and unique style.
Thank you.
Joybill says, the counselor told me she would call my parents about it, but she kept forgetting. Which sucked because she was really nice and I liked her a lot. Now my counselor changes every year, so it's been hard.
Oh.
Ay. Well, I think you need to go at the beginning of the year, and you need to go there every single day and pop in and say, did you call my parents yet? Did you call my parents yet? Did you call my parents yet? And I hate to say this because it's going to sound like I'm being snarky, and I'm not. The squeaky wheel gets the grease. If you have to advocate for yourself, and this is going to be that time when you need to learn, the only way stuff gets done is if you advocate for yourself. That's it. If it's important to you, go in there every single day and tell them, I need you to tell my parents I want to get tested. I will be better off in my life if I get tested. Come up with just a list of everything, go in every day and say the same thing.
Okay, so we have magenta, opera pink, and Bengal rose. And I think this was Bengal rose, and this was opera pink. So let's see. I think I used Bengal rose.
Oh, One Up Girl says, hey, Scott and Donna went out for lunch yesterday and Rachel was drawing the sugar shaker from the table. You totally inspire her and I thank you again.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I love that. Tell Rachel, go, go, go. That is awesome.
All right, let's see if we can get that bright pink back.
Iron asks, how good is the hairdryer at making the paint dry / will it work on non-gouache paints?
Oh, yeah, I use it for watercolors.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it would work on oil paints.
yeah, I don't think it works on oils, but it does work on acrylics.
Mm-hmm. You have to ask Bethany what makes oil paints dry. I'm pretty sure she's going to grumble because she's waiting for some oil to dry right now.
From 1943.
No, 1953 Smarty Pants. Love you, Bethany. Mohammed says, I feel like I can't improve my art. Any advice?
It's like that sometimes. Okay, it is. It's like that sometimes. And the thing is that practice is the thing. Sometimes you're just like, I've been practicing and nothing is getting better. Sometimes it's a matter of changing what you're drawing or changing the medium you're using. So try that.
Okay. Ryan says, I have a lo-fi music channel on YouTube. It's all background music for art rooms. I try to keep it open for Creative Commons. I hope people are allowed to use it on YouTube if they like. Huh.
Oh, that's great. Did you made that, Ryan?
Yeah. Have you tried Moleskine or Talon's art creation sketchbooks?
I think I've tried Moleskine.
You
I
have.
didn't particularly like it, but I don't think I've tried the other one.
Yeah. I don't like Moleskine either for writing. I do not like it. You know what's funny is I've heard that so many people they love the Moleskine notebooks. And I think it's so great that there's so many different things, you know? There's different paper for different people. There's different notebooks for different people. I just think it's, there's something for everybody out there.
Yeah.
Joyvial. Thanks, Tawny. You're such an internet mom. Well, I try. I do try. You can't take the mom out of anything. It just doesn't happen. Drink water, take your vitamins, and eat well. And don't forget to wash your hands, people. Frankie's doing a spooky themed junk journal collage that I started yesterday. That sounds like fun.
That's fun.
Oh, Chuck sent you a tip and says, just tried my first gouache painting last night. I loved working with it. Do you have any recommendations for some kind of varnish that won't reactivate the paint?
Oh, hey, Chuck, and thank you. I've varnished my gouache a couple times, and it does look kind of cool. What I did was I sprayed it first with a workable fixative, and then I was able to put the varnish over it. But just for the record, I tend to not put anything on the gouache. I like the matte texture. I like leaving it as it is. Let me see if I could find a piece that was varnished so you could see the difference.
Aw, Pristel likes to do creative stuff while they watch us. They draw and crochet. That's so cool. I can't do anything while I'm doing this. I have to focus on the chat or my mind goes crazy. I agree with random ABCs. Digital art is art. I mean, you're drawing. Hello.
Okay, so this is with varnish.
Honey, hold it down a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm just...
I know.
Can you see this?
We can't, no, see, look, there you go. Okay. That's okay. That'll work.
You got it back zoomed out all the way?
Let me see. No, hold on. Let me go. Wait. Nope, that's in. I'm going out. Yeah, you had it zoomed out all the way because you wanted to see the whole painting today.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, but you can see there's no shine to it, right?
Yes.
This one has varnish.
Oh, yeah, we can see that. That's very shiny.
So, now, if you look, you can maybe see that the colors might be a little bit more vibrant. I don't know. Maybe a little deeper.
Maybe.
But it's the fact that you can only look at it at one particular angle. Otherwise, it starts to just completely you lose it. Whereas this,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what angle you don't lose anything. And so that's the pros and cons. But I did that through. You have to do a workable fixative on it.
Okay. And you don't like the shiny, is what you were saying.
I'm not particularly fond of it. I just wanted to see what would happen.
Okay. Ryan's. Your comments are so far away from each other, Ryan. Okay, full disclosure, it's AI generated music, but it's meant to be simple and easy just for fun.
Oh, okay.
And then Ryan says, gosh darn, this chat keeps jumping today and I can't, and the comments are so far apart. I'm trying to, where did it go? I promise I can make my own music, though. I have an album on YouTube from my old band.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Very cool. Chuck says, thanks so much for sharing that.
Oh, anytime, Chuck. If you have any more questions, just email me.
Your favorite watercolor paper is?
I like Be Creative sketchbooks.
Craig says, I really like to create my own cards for birthdays and Christmas. Do you guys make your own cards to exchange?
I don't. I have a friend, Tim, who does that. And they're wonderful.
He makes the prettiest. I keep his cards every year because they're so cool. Yeah. My Be Creative watercolor paper doesn't do masking fluid well. Any suggestions?
I don't really use masking fluid much or at all. But I'm curious as to know what's happening.
I don't know. Does it take the paper off? Does it take a layer of paper off? Maybe give us a little more information. Frankie says Moleskine was great 15 years ago. It sucks now because the paper quality is variable.
Okay.
It's very hard to get consistency with notebooks that are not as... I don't know. There's companies that take really good care with their paper, and there's companies that don't. I think Moleskine just got so popular so fast that maybe their quality is not as great. Are you doing Smogist?
I never heard of Smogist.
I haven't either. Literally smog gust. So I don't know. Which is better? You know, I love this question, and that was sarcastic. Gouache or watercolor?
Obviously, as Donna not so subtly implied, there is no better. Everybody has a preference.
Yeah, it's the one that makes you paint the most.
The one that you like best.
Yeah, you have to like it. You have to want to pick up the paintbrush when you do it. I just don't like best because I think it's subjective for each person.
Yeah.
You know, and even you see Scott, like, he likes hot press paper for gouache usually. He likes cold press paper for his watercolors. And he's incredibly picky with his Be Creative sketchbooks. It's just preference. It's all preference. Perlosaurus. Hi, I'm a fairly new artist and I watch your videos when I draw/paint. And do you have any books that would be useful for studying anatomy?
Yes, and it's on my website under resources. Look under book recommendations. And thank you.
Brazen Hearted says, many of my friends are teachers and even the most affected students with autism or ADHD are impossible to get tested due to funding, and a small ratio of students can get special ed services.
Oh.
Yes, that is sad and a very true statement, unfortunately. But it seems to me that this person can't even get somebody to talk to them about it, or can't even get recommended. At least if you can get recommended, you're in the queue for testing. They can't even get that far. I think that's the frustration level for them. You can tag us in your fan art, Goose Lily. We would love that. Did we ever watch Moulin Rouge?
No.
Yeah, I don't think we did. Let's see.
I thought I saw you watching it on an airplane once.
I don't remember. Apparently it didn't stick. So, let's see. I was recommended Moleskine when I took Albert Kiefer's class on architectural sketching. I enjoy it for the markers I use.
Nice.
So maybe it's the different medium, Ryan. That's Ryan. I could see that for architectural sketching. Maybe it's just the medium. I don't know. It's supposed to be good for fountain pens. The paper's supposed to be good for fountain pens as well. And I've tried it and I did not enjoy it for fountain pens. So maybe it's just like a preference for everything else, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see. Zenja Birdie says, I got the job. I tuned in 2 weeks ago when I was nervous for the interview. Wanted to give you the good news. I'm very excited about it.
Hey, congratulations!
That's
Thank you
awesome.
for coming back and telling us too.
Yeah, that's great.
We love to hear that.
I love good news. I love that. Will Scott do a stencil background for this piece?
No, I was thinking about it, but then I decided no. I think my interest in the piece is waning. I'm gonna finish tightening up the background color, and then I will do an outline, probably with an acrylic marker, and then maybe a little colored pencil bits and bobs here and there.
Okay, so Jamie says, be creative. The masking fluid usually just stays stuck. Doesn't seem to matter on the time, 5 to 15 minutes or 30 minutes, or if the paint is laid on top of it, it comes off. I can only get most of it off. I try really hard. That's weird.
Yeah. Is it possible it's the masking fluid is bad?
Oh.
Maybe it went
or
bad.
Maybe it's old?
Yeah. I mean, masking fluid shouldn't matter what kind of paper. It should come up.
Yeah.
Try it on different paper. If it works on other paper, then maybe it is the paper or something. But there are like it's like a rubber kind of eraser kind of thing that you can use to roll up the masking fluid.
Oh, yeah, the doodah thingy. That's a technical term if anybody's curious. Doodah thingy. How long does it take you to finish a sketchbook?
Oh, God. I've had my travel journal sketchbook for 2 years now.
Yeah, we just haven't gone anywhere.
November of 2022. Mm-hmm. So, and then other times I could finish them in a month. Mm-hmm. It really just depends on, like if it's a travel journal, usually they take a while. I mean, unless I have like a really busy year.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the last few years have been very boring.
Yeah, they really have been. Indeed. Is Scott changing the background color again?
I'm just tightening up the pink because it was very inconsistent. I was just kind of just roughly just adding it in, and then I will.
Ooh. Scott, really important question. Do you like chicken nuggets?
Not particularly. I like chicken tenders from time to time. But not like McDonald's chicken nuggets or anything like that.
Random ABC says, I'm loving the pink and blue. Once in Minecraft, I made a pink and blue house, and my best friend didn't like it and burnt it to a crisp.
Oh, no.
And then I got hit by her, and we aren't friends anymore.
That's
just... Well, good for you for not being friends anymore. Good grief. That's too much drama. Good heavens. Ryan says, the grade of Moleskine I use, I think, would hold the fountain pen ink on the surface too much, so I think I can understand your displeasure. That's the same. It was really funny. My favorite thing about writing with a fountain pen is watching the ink dry and soak into the paper. I will literally write slow enough to watch it soak into the paper because it makes me that ridiculously happy. I know, it's crazy. But yeah, that's probably a thing. That's why I think the only way I could use the stone paper is with a ballpoint pen.
Yeah, I like the ballpoint pen and
Yeah,
the stone paper.
the stone, because it flows so nicely. I was absolutely stunned at how well it flowed. Yeah. The best paper I've ever used with a ballpoint pen. And you guys know I'm snotty with my paper and my pens. But that stone paper, it was etched stone paper and a ballpoint pen. Oh, like chef's kiss. It was beautiful.
Okay, last little bit here.
Let's see. Oh, it's Mauricio's first time on our live.
Welcome.
We're so happy that you're here. Yeah, Joyville, I'm sorry. I really wish that I had some better advice for you. The only way is to just advocate for yourself and really go in and say, I need to get tested, and I need to get tested by a professional, and just insist. Because in the end, I do think it will be helpful for you to know, regardless of what you deal with in your life.
Okay, that said, there are some things that you're just not in control of. Your parents and the school and whatnot, and that doesn't change how you feel. Do what you need to exist. You don't need a diagnosis from a professional to find things that help you with your life. So if you feel like you're getting overstimulated and you need headphones, or you need to remove yourself from situations, or you have a hard time making eye contact, then don't. Or wear headphones, or remove yourself from situations that are overstimulating. You don't need a diagnosis to do those things, and you don't need to be autistic to do those things. So don't feel like you can't advocate for your own well-being unless you have that diagnosis, because you can.
That's a good point.
You can 100% say, I don't feel like I need to be here, or I want to be here, or I'm
having a really hard time.
Or you can tell your teacher, I listen better if I don't have to make eye contact, or is it okay if I stand up while this is happening, or things like that. But
that's just a different way of advocating for yourself.
Yes, and if you don't have the resources to be able to get diagnosed, you still have the ability as a human being to advocate for yourself for things that you feel that you need. If it's going to improve your life, ask for it or demand it. You don't need that diagnosis. Okay, I think I am done with the background. I'm going to call it a day for now. I still have some little things I'm going to do. I'm going to do the outline and noodle with it, but I think I'll do that over the weekend. And that's it. So thank you all.
I'm going to do a couple more questions because I think they've been really good today.
Okay.
549 Jordan asks, how do you fuel your creativity and be different, unique, and creative while creating art? Would love to know your views on this.
I fuel my creativity by stealing from other artists. And that's also how I'm unique, is by doing that. And I say that with reverence and tongue-in-cheek, but you go, oh, I really like the way that person does outlines, or oh, I really like those little red noses that they add. I'm going to try that too. No technique is copyrightable. So this hair was from Alphonse Mucha, and it's not like his hair, it's similar to his hair. I just go, oh, you can make hair and make it flowy and whatnot.
Yeah.
I took an outline from another artist. I took red noses from another artist. If you watch the short, My Art is a Mosaic, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I think that's how you maintain your creativity, is by absorbing others' creativity and adding that to your own. And
I know one of the things that you also really enjoy is getting together with a friend who also draws and going out and sketching something together. I know you've enjoyed doing that on occasion.
Yeah, yeah.
And kind of feeding off of each other. Okay. Let's see. This person says their line art ink bleeds into the watercolor and makes the colors muddy.
Yes, it will.
Waterproof pen.
You need a waterproof pen, like the zebra brush pen. This is what I use. And you also need to make sure that your watercolors are dry.
That's why he uses the blow dryer. I do have a favorite pen. My new favorite pen is the Leonardo, and it's the Bella Donati. That's my new favorite one. And I have a video on that on my channel. You can see that. And then there was one more question that I wanted to answer. Yeah, I couldn't handle the ink, and it disappeared in Tom Riddle's diary. That wouldn't work for me. I want to see the ink on the page. That would bother me too much. Let's see. We're going to cut it from there. I can't find the question.
Okay.
But you guys, Scott's doing an Ask Me Anything right now on Threads. You're still doing that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So if you've got any more art questions, go over to Threads. Just pop it into wherever you pop it into. Look at his channel and
yeah. If you go to the community section of YouTube, you'll see a link to it.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. So there you go. So yeah, we are not live this weekend, but next weekend is the 1st of August.
Yes, and we should be live. I will ask.
We'll be live, but we'll be with Kim Diaz home.
Yes.
So, all right. Thank you so much for being here. And we will see you guys again on Monday.
Thank you.
Thanks for everybody being here.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye, you guys.